Paducah has so much to be proud of. It's a river city, it's the regional hub for medical facilities, retail, industrial opportunities, and it has a university and college corridor on U.S. Highway 62. I'm Public Information Officer Pam Spencer. On this edition of Your City at Work, we're going to talk about higher education opportunities. US 62, also known as Alben Barkley Drive at the Interstate-24 Exit 7 exchange, has quickly become the college and university corridor in Paducah. At that interchange, you have West Kentucky Community and Technical College, you have the University of Kentucky's Paducah Engineering Campus, and the brand new Murray State University Paducah campus called the CRISP Center. A lot going on at one interchange. So today we have three wonderful guests. We have Paducah Mayor Gayle Kaler, we have West Kentucky Community and Technical College President Dr. Barbara Veazey, and Dr. Brian Van Horn, the Dean of Continuing Education and Academic Outreach at Murray State University. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Well, first, let's start with you, Mayor Kaler. Tell me why this education corridor is so important for the residents and for economic development.
Well, I think it gives the residents of Paducah and the surrounding areas, it's really a regional hub of education. It gives students the ability to get a fine education right here in their own community. They have the ability to stay close to home, to have that family support. And so, it's a win all the way around for them financially. As far as economic development, our economic development, Chad Chancellor with GPEDC, uses that tool all the time when he recruits businesses to this community. They're very impressed that the city and the county, as well as Rotary and private individuals, would promote things like community scholarship to give our high school students a leg up in the college experience.
Tell me briefly, what is the Community Scholarship Program?
The Community Scholarship Program is a program that the city and the county each put $125,000 a year into. Rotary also contributes to that, and it's a 2-year program, and if I'm not right, Dr. Veazey, please correct me.
I will. You're doing great.
But it's a 2-year program, and students from high school can take college courses and come out with a associate's degree that they can then use when they go on to college, or if they stay here. Hopefully they'll stay here.
And Dr. Veazey, I think we have the first incoming students pretty soon for the Community Scholarship Program.
That's right. It's this group of May graduates. And as the mayor described, it's a program where we enroll 8th graders into the Community Scholarship Program, and if they maintain a 2.5 and good academic integrity in high school and good discipline and attendance, then that allows them to come to West Kentucky Community and Technical College for 60 credit hours tuition free. Now, it is a gap funding, so students need to apply for financial aid or for scholarships first, and whatever is the gap, then this scholarship pays. So it's a wonderful opportunity for students graduating from high school to take those 2 years toward a career, or use those 2 years with a great deal of financial support, and then transfer to Murray State University right across the corridor. So that's our whole intent. But the intent of this scholarship program really was not a recruiting tool to West Kentucky, but rather an incentive for students to actually stay in high school, and then to address those students who do not typically go on to post-secondary education. They may quit after high school and go into the job market. That's not what we want to see. Every student that graduates needs to have some type of post-secondary education, either certification or a degree to move forward with. So that's the goal.
And it's becoming easier in Paducah with all the higher education opportunities that we have here. Perfect segue into Murray State University's Paducah campus. Dr. Van Horn, tell me what people can expect when they drive by and see that beautiful building. It's a gorgeous building.
It absolutely is. We've got 42,000 square foot thanks to the county and the city of Paducah and the Economic Development Group in Murray State. So really it's kind of a first, if you will, certainly a first in our region. The funding was not state supported, it was county and city supported. And because of that, we've got this new beautiful facility right here on Interstate 24, which kind of opens up Paducah to the education world, if you will, with the great community technical college that we already have, and now the new opportunity for Murray State here in Paducah as well.
What kind of programs are offered at the Murray State Paducah campus?
You know, we've been here since 1998 with a campus on the south side, but we simply, Pam, had outgrown that campus. We had met our capacity. We couldn't add new programs because there was no room for expansion in the existing space. We were in an old Pepsi-Cola warehouse that worked well for us for many years. But because of this new facility, we're going to actually start with 3 new degree programs just this fall, so it's moving quickly. One of them will be a 2+2 kind of articulation with our wonderful community technical college that we already have, where the students will get their first 2 years there, move over to Murray State. It'll be called supply chain management, or better known as logistics in the world today. Okay. We'll also have a healthcare administration field that will be opening up as well, and we're going to start with criminal justice, which Dr. Veazey may graduate 150 to 200 students a year that are wanting to be in law enforcement in one way, shape, or form. Those students then will be able to walk across the 24 bridge, if you will, and finish up their college curriculum.
Well, tell me a little bit about growth potential and numbers of students for both the college and the university there.
Well, I think that when I first started, we had a boom in enrollment. That was a period of time where the 2 colleges, we were doing the consolidation, and in 2009, actually, we had a tremendous spike in enrollment. That was due to the economy. The students who many times choose to go to the community college are those that are most let off in layoffs and economically depressed times. So we had an enrollment growth over the past years, and I have many people ask me, when are you going to hit 10,000? And actually, new students coming in each year, we currently have 10,000 if you count new students, and that's how many colleges, their enrollment is counted. But when you look at that fall enrollment, it's always, you think you're going to have growth. That's not possible for us, and I think Dr. Van Horn will agree with me if you ask him the same question. We have to look at our demographics, and our population in this community is much older, past 50, than we have new students coming out of the high schools and new students in their 20s up to through their 40s. So for growth in both of our colleges, we're going to need new industry, which is what we're all about, what we talk about constantly with the mayor and economic development. But we need growth within our community for both of these colleges to grow in the future. That's a simple fact.
So that you bring population in
Yes.
that may have
Yes.
young families.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's important to know that Murray State here in Paducah does not offer the 1 and 200 level courses. That's Dr. Veazey's mission and the state mission for the community and technical colleges. So if Dr. Veazey's not seeing tremendous growth, and she's already explained that, then it'll be difficult for Murray State to have tremendous growth. Now, new degree opportunities, Pam, will allow us some growth, and we hope to see people retraining and retooling in order to stay in this region. We obviously have the layoffs that have occurred at our uranium enrichment plant, USEC, and we're seeing a few of those students come back and retrain and retool. The demographics for Murray State here are very different than the demographics for Murray State in Murray. We're looking at more of the traditional age student in Murray, Kentucky that moves there, lives there, resides there. Here in Paducah, we have, as the mayor said at the very onset of this show, we have a very non-traditional age student. Our average age would be somewhere around 35 years old, primarily females. We're probably 65, 35, something like that. And those are people that are working 1, 2, 3 part-time jobs. Dr. Veazey has this at her college as well. And they're simply returning to finish generally what they started a number of years ago. The great thing about that student, if you want to change your workforce and attract new business and industry in our area, 18-year-old students graduate at 22 and commonly move to another location in the world, whether it's Nashville or St. Louis or wherever it may be. Our non-traditional students generally are invested in our area and stay. So the more of those adults we can train and educate, the better the chances of retaining them here in this area.
And why is that so important, Mayor, to retain so many of these people here?
Well, you know, we struggle all the time with loss in population, so
Yeah.
I mean, that's the key right there is if we can provide the jobs, as Dr. Veazey said, and we work very hard at that, if we can provide the jobs, then we need the people that are schooled to perform those jobs, that are a trained workforce.
And that's what we're doing here.
I think too, Pam, that we concentrate our efforts on the high school graduates, on the population that Dr. Van Horn was talking about, but we're also trying to be very entrepreneurial in attracting others outside to our college through online courses. I mentioned at our last chamber breakfast the new program that Brian is talking about in logistics, supply chain management, our marine technology program. Those are programs that we could attract people outside our region into because of the online capability. And you need that to keep your college going financially and to grow new programs. And that's what we both want to do.
Absolutely.
And that's part of what your dean over the academic outreach. Tell me a little bit about how that works through Murray State.
Yes, with the regional campuses here, we offer essentially 3 forms of education. The traditional on-site, where a student walks into the building and takes the class. A lot of courses now are growing in the hybrid market. And when I say hybrid or blended, as it's commonly called as well, it's where students will do a portion of their class at a location and a portion of their class online. That is a really nice, and in my professional opinion, probably one of the best teaching pedagogies of all, because you get a little bit of all learning styles with that. And it makes it really nice for the adult student because the online portion is flexible to meet their needs. And then, as Dr. Veazey has already spoken to, the online education that we offer across the 18-county service region of Western Kentucky and well beyond that. Murray State's seen tremendous growth. I happen to be over that at the university. We've seen tremendous growth in that as well. The 2 online kind of components allow us to serve smaller populations, makes us a little more efficient. You don't have to find 20 or 30 people in any one place that way. You may pick up 3 or 4 people at 3 or 4 different locations to make a solid class.
It does seem like West Kentucky, the Southern Illinois area, our region with population spread out does make it difficult for any university. I mean, you don't have a big population center such as Nashville. So is this a tool that you really have to have?
Well, I would say when you talk about a university or a community college, if they are not in online education, then they are they're weak. This is where much of your market is. To go outside our region and to bring those students in. And I know Murray State, I know our college, we have students enrolled, we have 4,000 plus students taking online courses. Wow. So that's a large number, and we have the reach internationally anywhere in the country. So it is very important that we be up to date, we be on that and on the cutting edge of what's next.
You know, one of the great things for our local students, whether they're McCracken County or Ballard County or Livingston or the many other counties that you can name that Paducah, McCracken County serves, is the collaboration that we have between the 2 institutions. Both of us are SACS accredited. We are highly competent, have received national awards. with the Aspen Award at the Community Technical College and U.S. News and World Report for Murray State. You know, if you look around the nation, Pam, there'll be very few places that have that kind of partnership that we have here in Paducah. It makes it wonderful for our students.
I think a lot of people would think it's a competition. You would have West Kentucky competing against Murray State, but it's not a competition.
Well, we're always, you know, you always want enrollment. That's
Right.
what makes you grow. And I know that Murray State wants students, and we're after students in the high schools, graduates as well. I mean, that's natural. But as Brian said, we have great opportunities that we offer with those 100 and 200 level courses. So there are so many advantages that we could talk about students taking those and then transferring into Murray State. But we're not competing. We of course have the University of Kentucky, as you mentioned when you opened, and Murray State is a partner with the University of Kentucky College of Engineering program here in Paducah as well. But the opportunities that our students have by knowing that those 2 years can go straight into the University of Kentucky, go into Murray State University. That's what the public really needs to understand, that the competition is not coming and taking either Murray or West Kentucky here in Paducah. It is taking West Kentucky courses, transferring them into Murray State University, and knowing how closely we have worked together for years. It just makes it so much nicer to be in close proximity.
That's the big change from the Southside campus to a much larger campus.
It really is, and our students have spoken that. That's one of the resounding comments from our students since we've simply moved across the Interstate-24 from here. An awful lot of the students that reside here at the Community Technical College at the same time are concurrently enrolled at Murray State, straight across the corridor. And it makes it nice. They can be out of here at 1:45 of a class and be across the street in a class at 2 o'clock with 5 minutes to spare in between. When we were on the south side, that really was not possible for those students.
Well, just kind of a chance to promote yourselves. I heard the Aspen Institute mentioned. If anybody has missed that huge sign, what is the Aspen Institute and what is the honor that we've received?
Well, the Aspen Institute is a national organization that really it's much, much larger than just this college excellence program. So I would welcome anyone to look at the Aspen Institute as a whole. But the College Excellence Program, focusing on community colleges, was established in 2012. And so the focus, the emphasis is looking at those colleges who do excellent work, and I'm plugging what excellent community colleges do. It's just come out, a new publication, and all of the little tags are about West Kentucky. Wow. So this is putting the focus on best practices in some of the top community colleges in the nation. So that award has been given twice. Right. We have been in the top 10 both years, and they're now planning the award for 2015, and we're in that first round that's out of the chute that says you're in the mix, you're in the hunt.
Oh, great.
So we're doing great.
Now, Dr. Van Horn, tell us about the U.S. News reporting that Murray State has received.
There are many different reports, as you know, and different criteria for a multitude of different agencies. U.S. News and World Report is one of the premier, if you will. We're very proud at Murray State. We've been listed for 22 straight years, which is really unprecedented or uncommon for the most certain. 2 or 3 things really help us, Pam, and help our students. You know, we're very affordable, and we've been recognized by Forbes as well, and the Chronicle of Higher Education for affordability. We keep our costs low, our tuition low, and our quality very high, which is hard to find, as you can expect. So between U.S. News and World Report and then Forbes for the last 5 years, we've received our share of national awards for the good things we're doing.
Well, what do you see for the future of growth around this interchange, or just growth in colleges in general?
I'll start it off, and I'll simply say that I think you're seeing a lot of students in today's world, in the tough economy that we have, are at times prolonging even going to college. And Dr. Veazey spoke of this. If you look around Paducah, McCracken County, and if you add in Ballard and you look at Marshall and Graves and Livingston County, the average of college graduations of people 25 years of age and older will be somewhere depending about 12%. The national average is almost 25%. So one of our challenges is to make it a culture. People go to college after high school, whether they've sat out of school for a few years, they come back and get, as she said, that certification and or that bachelor's degree. When Chad Chancellor meets with new possible economic leads in this area, that's the thing that's going to make us a winner or a loser. And I think Dr. Veazey here with the Community Technical College and the great work she's doing, and then the great work we're doing at Murray State, will really make us better positioned for that economic growth in this area.
Now tell me a little bit about, there were priority projects for this year, Mayor. It's kind of changing avenue a little bit, that we're pushing Frankfort to make sure that they hear us. Tell us some of the priority projects, and I know one has to do with West Kentucky Community and Technical College.
Since we're talking about the colleges on this program, the top priority for the Chamber of Commerce was the Paducah School of Art and Design. So we're still pushing for that as well. We've made trips to Frankfort to meet with the different senators and state reps to express our concern and that we want this to happen. You know, it's the right time and it's the right thing to do. So Dr. Veazey can talk about this even more.
Well, I think that what you're talking about, the future and growth and what is our future. And I think that is for the colleges, be it the community college, Murray State University, University of Kentucky, we should be an integral part of economic development and working closely with our city, county government, economic development, the chamber. And to me, this Paducah School of Art and Design is a prime example. It is more than an art school for our students to go and take painting, drawing. It's an element of our community that we have been recognized for and would help Paducah and our region continue as we have been awarded this UNESCO designation, so unique and special to Paducah. This will help carry that forward. So it's about economic development for our region, bringing people again to us, not us providing great education and them leaving us, but bringing students here and other people to visit us from all over the country. So it's tied to economic development. Right. We are in efforts of raising money to bring the final building and program to completion.
And that's the Kitchens Incorporated building.
Facility.
Tell us what we already have as far as the Paducah School of Art and Design and what the future plans for Kitchens.
Well, we have opened in 409, 413 Broadway. So we currently are in those facilities, and that's what we want to move to Kitchens. But you have painting, you have drawing, you have ceramics now in Madison Hall, some of the best facilities you will see anywhere in studios. And then the sculpture facility will open in the fall of 14. And as I said, we will have painting, drawing, digital photography, graphic design in Kitchens. But there's also the opportunity and space in Kitchens to have fiber. So that would be such a neat connection with our city, to have fiber printmaking. So there's opportunity for growth.
Right.
But it's a wonderful campus in Lowertown.
It is. I can't wait to see the Kitchens building just completely renovated.
It will be very nice.
Well, we're down to just the last few minutes. What are some closing comments that you would like to say to somebody who just didn't realize the wonderful opportunities in their own backyard? Dr. Van Horn, I'll start with you.
You know, you look at the collaborative relationships that we've already discussed, and there are a lot of opportunities. In today's world, many people graduate with an accounting degree and end up doing something else. A college degree simply is an opportunity to show that your ability to learn and to retrain and to be skilled. And there are many opportunities here between the educational services that we have between Murray State and the Community Technical College. I would recommend anybody that's thought about, and a lot of our students fit into this category, anybody that's thought about completing what they started a number of years ago. We've had graduates up to 75 to 80 years old. Let's just stop by and check. It doesn't cost anything except for a few minutes to come in and talk to somebody, and we can tell them what they need and what will count in their background and the courses that many of them have already taken, how those will be applied. So it's a free opportunity to take a look.
Okay, Dr. Veazey, what are your closing comments?
Well, I firmly believe that if people would step foot on the campus of the community college, they would experience tremendous opportunity, and they would find it to be a embracing place. And in this book, it says that we take people and that we bring them in and we help them find and fulfill their dreams. And so I believe in the community college. I believe our community has embraced us in helping meet our mission. But I believe that there are many out there, as Brian says, who do not know that we exist. And they do not know the opportunities that are available to them, just like this Paducah School of Art and Design. And they can come to us, they can go across I-24 just a few feet away and experience a true excellent education in Paducah and in our region.
Well, Mayor Kaler, what would you say to a potential employer who may see this video? You may have a company that wants to hire 50 people watching.
Well, I would just like to say to that company, I think we have what it takes to train a workforce for that company. And you know, we just have such great partners here with the two colleges, and really appreciate, because I don't know how many people know, but anytime we come to you and say, could you help us do this? I mean, you don't even hesitate. You just say, sure, we'll do that. So, you know, that's what makes us successful as a community.
And we haven't even touched on workforce development. Actually, we've talked about coming here for an education, and we have all of that, but we have also a great deal of opportunity and in collaboration of workforce training.
Absolutely.
And we partner in that as well.
Well, you may have to have all three of you back to talk about workforce training. Well, I want to thank Dr. Veazey, Dr. Van Horn, and Mayor Kaler for joining me today. And you can see this episode on Government Channel 11, as well as the City of Paducah website, paducahky.gov. And don't forget, more than 200 videos are posted online on the city's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching Your City at Work.